Hello everybody, we've just completed the webinar on the new big picture outlook that has a major impact on how I see and trade the markets. And I think it's important for you too. So here are the key points. The US dollar index has just flashed a very important long-term short signal here on this quarterly chart. This signal tells me that the dollar should drop in value by more than 50%. The dollar has been in a sideways price action here for about 16 years. And this, the Corona panic bar, actually marks an important turning point. The short entry signal was in July 20. We're going to see major events to occur. We've already seen the first ripple effects of this long-term short signal. The US equities are going into a vertical market mode. This is a System 1 pattern on a monthly chart, and the entry signal came 1 month after the US dollar short signal. The US equities are in vertical bubble mode, and this is the monthly Nasdaq chart. It looks really scary and overdone, but this is where the most consistent money is made. While you cannot trade such a chart, you need to go into lower time frames. Now, this is the same chart, just one time frame lower. You can see how a super trend can be traded. You trade the small dips into the moving average band. But it's not only the US equities that are ballooning. There are other hard assets. Now, this is silver. Silver has formed an S1 pattern on a quarterly chart. And what we see here, well, since the Corona panic bar, silver basically tripled in price. This is just the beginning of a much bigger move. And soon we're going to see the break of the last high at above $50. This is a quarterly S1 pattern, and we're already forming an S2 pattern on the weekly chart. So I'm looking to trade the next higher leg. Let's have a look at energies. This is crude. The Corona spike bar indicated a very important turning point. We actually saw crude fall apart to below $10 per barrel. Then, a couple of months later, we triggered a long signal and we're just about to run for these stops. This is just the beginning of a much longer uptrend. We're going to see that crude oil is going to break to new highs above 220 within the next 10 years. Now, this is gasoline, and gasoline is actually front-running crude. It has already broken these stop-run levels, and we can see how there's a nice momentum move coming out of it. This is a quarterly pattern, and we're going to see prices well beyond of what the chart shows us here. Now, this is natural gas. Natural gas is one of the interesting future contracts because it's the last of the bunch of hard assets that has not yet turned into an uptrend. Natural gas comes from above 35 and has dropped below 3. Now, what natural gas has been doing just recently is this is a reversal pattern. And we're going to see as well gasoline to go and break the last all-time high. I'm looking very much forward to trade gasoline when it gets into bubble modes too. Now, trading bubble charts is not easy because everything seems to be overdone. Palladium is the front runner of all those. Started in 2016 and six-folded into 2020. This looks scary, but the most consistent money is made with these charts. You just need to know how to trade them. And you have to be careful because big up moves will be followed by big corrections. We've seen a 50% correction here. Are we going to see a big correction of such extent in the US equities too? Let's quickly come to my key big picture beliefs. I think that debt bubble is the mother of all bubbles. When interest rates increase, and they will at some point of time, well, governments will get into difficulties to service their interest payments. Well, this will intensify the underlying fear that government papers around the world are not 100% safe anymore. So money will try to find a safe harbor, but actually there is no such. So funds will get slowly reallocated out of government debt into other asset classes to find a safe place. And it's these hard asset classes I want to trade. You should know that the debt bubble is so big that only small amounts of liquid funds flowing out will lead to individual bubbles popping up in those asset classes. We've seen the example of Palladium. We know what the US equities are doing. And we've seen crude oil and maybe natural gas as well catching up. Now, all these bubble moves and the uncertainty of government debt will scare people and make them undecided and nervous. But remaining in government papers will scare retail and institutional as well. So there will be a lot of fear of missing out and not acting at the right time. People and institutions will feel trapped. While trading futures offers a great opportunity in such a market environment, because you're fully flexible, trading different asset classes and timeframes, both long and short. Bubbles will pop up in different asset classes at different times. So you should get prepared on how to trade this. This is the ideal market scenario for traders and investors alike who are flexible. And it is indeed a trader's dream coming true. Let's have a quick look at the special package offer I'm providing for my upcoming futures workshop. We're allowing for a lot of discounts, and it basically ends up at half price. Plus, you get an additional day of crypto trading for free. What's next? Well, I recommend you to read my last article about the new big picture outlook and that it changes everything. Then go to the Vanthar webpage and read about my futures workshop. Check out my website, IntuFX.com, free YouTube channel, and a Facebook tape. You can write me whenever you want, and do not miss my free futures webinar series on my free YouTube channel. As well, there you find a series of successful trader chat interviews of my master's class students. Just be aware that you have a 100% money back guarantee after the first day of the workshop. So this becomes a free trade for you. Thank you and hope to see you soon.